Brooks is going. Jacobs peeling off. Brooks has the size, and he's got the score! Tobias Brooks, ladies and gentlemen.
Brian, I want you to check me, because you're the coach. That feels to me like another...
Youngst feathers it up to Laviolette, and with that quick draw again, puts it out over a bidding Nichols, and Tobias Brooks gathers it in. There's, if on the 14th, Sunday the 14th, and finally, and here's a nice one from Mitchell over the top to Brooks, and boy, oh boy, does he make a nice grab, jumping up in that air that's usually occupied by Chris Graber, and pulling it down nicely with one hand, and a heck of a throw, a little bladey for Mitchell, but right where he...
Mitchell decides to go up to the high side to Laviolette. Laviolette airs one out to Brooks, but there's two defenders back there. But Brooks is able to elevate over both players just shy of the end zone. Goes back to center, and he's going to continue to Terrence Mitchell. And it is a crime that Tobias Brooks is not getting a stat for that point, because that is one of the best grabs that I have seen this season. As Brooks, unburdened by any of the responsibilities that come with being a Carter down on Laviolette quickly, contesting the first throw, and Laviolette is going to uncork one to Brooks. It's floating, it's hanging, and Brooks tees it up and is unable to come in player, and it's a tough call, but one that we've seen made before, as we see Laviolette try and air one out to Brooks here. There's two defenders. Oh! It's not enough if you're trying to stop Tobias Brooks as he elevates above both of them to put the Flyers in the red zone. Bloodworth with the disc here.
Also up 5. And now a deep shot from Laviolette with two purple jerseys. Ooh. And Brooks climbs the ladder. Just short of the end zone. I mean, this kid has got bunnies.
Risking to Callahan. Big Huck. Broken coverage downfield, but it's hanging up there. Goes up high, over the back. Tobias Brooks completes it. Mitchell.
Back to Hawkins. Fairfax on the doorstep now.
Fairfax dumps it in. Incredible finish. Elijah Long gets the goal, but it was all set up by that beautiful Huck.
Now this is interesting when we see the replay. I mean, first of all, interesting choice from Laviolette to throw a backhand when personnel's a little bit different out here, but same characters throwing Hucks, which is Laviolette to Brooks.
Brooks again. Who would doubt him? 3 big grabs from Brooks on the night, and the Flyers are the first to double digits.
Now, if you're the Soul, I think you got to be happy with that point.
Continues to Bloodworth. Tobias Brooks on an island, and Bloodworth tries to throw to him. Great help defense coming from Dallas. Is it going to be enough? It's not. Tobias Brooks catches it in stride in a crowd. That is an inch-perfect throw from Ethan Bloodworth, and amazing focus from Brooks to reel it in. What a play.
Around here on this near sideline, we're going to get a deep shot from center, looking into the end zone. That one is ripped out of the air by Brooks. Just short of the goal line, now putting it up into space to Brooks to reward him. We're tied up at 3 apiece.
Man, the hustle defense, just a wonderful game for Atlanta. You know, you didn't have all your stars. Carolina going with a nice big, Tobias.
As Brooks able to punch it in. That is a full field Huck there for the score. What a dime ball and what a run there from Tobias Brooks.
Never fun to have a long travel trip after a loss. As you see Laviolette airing one out to Brooks, who is going to reel it in, because why not, as he goes sliding into the rubber, clearing the turf, running out of space there with how fast he was moving. Laviolette just dropping one to the back corner of the end zone. Area code, great cut. Fisher uncorking one to Brooks.
Can he do it again?
Is he going to get there? He sure is, finding that extra gear. Henry Fisher with an amazing throw there. Not exactly what he's known for, but showing that he's got the throws.
Action and offense end. Youngst. Down to 5. Mitchell perhaps chasing it down. Eyes on the prize, and eventually Brooks again. The second time tonight, he's popped up as the trailing man, and they'll take a 2-goal lead into the quarter break.
And as that throw was going up, I was thinking to myself, wow, Mitchell is actually triple.
Hoffenkamp was pretty deep already.
And you've talked about that before, that you don't want to throw a deep throw to somebody who's already deep, because you're giving yourself a tight window and turning it into a race. And a very nice over-the-top hammer.
Friendly with each other on the contact. Brooks, less than 20 yards to go now, uncorks a hammer across the field to Sanner. In ignorance is bliss, just youthfulness abound there. Brooks not knowing any better.
And Fernandez there on Tobias Brooks is Carolina working it down. Brooks with the disc. A hammer over the top here to Terrence Mitchell as that opens us up 1-0 Carolina Flyers. Easy work there for Carolina.
Offense, because they get that brick mark.
Yeah.
And so the Soul cannot be happy with that, you know.
Mitchell. Brooks again involved. He has been so influential. And now they've opened up a 3-goal lead, their largest of.
Ends up throwing a pass right to Swanson. And now the Flyers are off and running, and Brooks uncorks a backhand to Belis. Belis on the receiving end this time. He goes horizontal and is able to come up with it.
To a lonely Laviolette. And Tobias Brooks flapping his arms like a crazy bird in front of him. And then he puts up a huck, a lot of touch on it, and it looks like only one guy can catch it, and he does. It's Anders Youngst in the back of the end zone. And the Flyers, who score a lot of points, are over 20. It's 20-12.
And Brooks uncorking one to Fairfax. And Fairfax just creating separation, and Brooks throwing an absolute dime to the streaking Fairfax there. Just a case study in how to throw the deep ball right there. What a shot.
Play there with Youngst catching the disc and actually centering it to long and now going deep, likely as intended.
Gets there himself. Yes, he does. First of the night for Anders Youngst. And they restore the 2-goal lead.
Really nice movement here from the Flyers.
The Austin Soul having to fight here on the road to extend their season. Brooks. Big huck. Fairfax is the third time the charm. Yes, it is. They've targeted him twice and gone too long. This time the Goldilocks zone. They find him in the end zone and retake the lead.
Brooks has Fairfax. Did he float it enough? Fairfax turning on the Jets in stride.
Possible that Carolina finds a way.
Especially in this game, you get one up-win score, but let's see how the downwinder works out.
Will this be the first huck completion of the day? Indeed. Tobias to Terrence. A booming backhand missile.
Another way to think about this game, and first we'll comment on this huck because it